Welcome to Salina's World. I'm Salina, and welcome to my kitchen. Tonight, we are going to be making enchiladas, an enchilada casserole. And I'm going to be doubling this recipe because I am going to show you two different ways of doing this. To start off with, you'll need about four cups of shredded chicken. Now you can use beef, roast beef, you can use hamburger, you can use turkey, whatever meat that you want to use. Okay? And then I've got a 28-ounce can of green enchilada sauce that I'm going to pour in here with the chicken. This is a quick and easy recipe. And then I've got, since I'm doubling it, I'm going to have two smaller cans because I didn't have another big one. For one recipe, with one can, you'll need 1 can of cream of mushroom. Now you can use cream of chicken, cream of celery, whichever one you want. It just tones down a little bit of the heat of the chilies. And I've got 2 cans of chilies since I'm doubling the recipe. This is going to make quite a lot. And since I am, as I said, since I'm doubling the recipe, I'm going to put more chicken in it. I had some set aside for just in case that it wasn't enough, and from the looks of it, it wasn't. Just mix this up real good. Make sure that cream of mushroom soup, or whichever soup that you use, the celery, the cream of chicken, is all mixed up and not in a big old clump of soup. Okay, now I'm going to salt and pepper this. Okay. Okay, now I get the cheese out. And the pan that I'm going to use. Okay, to start with, we are going to use a 9x16 pan. I'm going to get rid of all these cans here real quick because I need a little room. Okay. Now I have sprayed the bottom of the pan with a little bit of cooking spray. And I'm going to take some tortillas here. And I'm going to cut them in 4s. Now you can cut them like this, or you can shred them into little pieces. It's all up to you, which way you want to do it. I've always just cut them in fours and like this. Okay, now that my mixture's all mixed up, I'm going to take a spoonful and layer it on the bottom. Just make it a small layer. It doesn't have to be real thick. Okay, and then I take my tortillas and I lay them all in the corners first. And I make sure all that sauce on the bottom is covered. Then I do another layer of sauce. And I make sure all the tortillas are covered. And a layer of cheese. Tonight I'm using the Colby Jack and Monterey Jack. I normally use the Fiesta cheese, but I didn't have any tonight, and this would be just as good. Okay. And then I'll do another layer of tortillas. As I said, you can cut them or you can shred it. Shred it in little pieces like this. And just layer it down on either way you like it. I just seem to like to cut mine. There we go. And then another layer of sauce. You can make as many layers as you want. I'm going to stop here at the 2 layers. Make sure all those tortillas are covered. Another layer of cheese. We're going to cover this with foil. And put it in the oven at 375 for about 30 minutes. And then we'll take it out and take the foil off and put it back in the oven for about another 10 minutes to get the cheese on top nice and brown and bubbly. So I'm going to put this in the oven. For about 30 to 35 minutes. Now with the rest of this sauce, I'm going to make individual portions and I'm going to freeze them. I've already sprayed the pans. Put a little layer. And with this one, I do tear up the tortillas because it fits in here a lot better. See, there's my first layer. Now I like olives in mine. So I'm going to sprinkle a little bit of olives. You can mix it in with your sauce if you want. If you like olives. Okay, put another layer of sauce down. And shred your tortillas. And oops, I forgot the cheese. Can't forget the cheese. That's one good thing about these enchiladas, that cheesy sauce. Okay, now we're going to put the next layer of tortillas down. A little more sauce. Another layer of tortillas. After the cheese. Now on this last layer here, I just kind of push it down a little bit and just put just a little bit of sauce on to cover those tortillas. a little more cheese. There you go. It's a little single portion. Now I will cover this with aluminum foil. And I'll freeze this overnight. Tomorrow morning, I will get up and I will get my food saver and the food saver bags, and I will put them in a food saver bag and take all the air out of it. But you don't want to put them in the food saver until after it's already frozen, because once you put that food saver on there and go to suck all that air out, it will squish these. So you want to make sure these are frozen first. So put this in the freezer for overnight and then put them in your food saver bags the next day. And that's it for the freezer ones. When the other one comes out from the oven, I'll bring you back and let you know how that turned out. I'll be right back. I will let you know that if you have a bigger family and would like to make freezer meals with them for the bigger family instead of the individuals that I got, you can actually use the bigger ones, even bigger than these if you wanted to. But this is all I have on hand right now. And when you bring them out of the freezer, it's best to let them thaw out and put them in an oven at 375 for about 30 to 35 minutes, and then take the foil off of it and then let the cheese bubble up and brown. Or you can even put it in the oven frozen. It'll just take a little longer, probably about an hour to an hour and 15 minutes for it to cook. And then once because all you're really doing is heating the sauce up once you put it in the oven. Now if you put it in the oven frozen, it just will take a little longer. I wanted to let y'all know that, and then when the other meal comes out of the oven, I will come back on and let you know what it looks like. Okay, everybody, I've got it out of the oven and I've let it sit for 10 minutes. And this is what it looks like. Now we're going to cut into it. And as I said before, you can make as many layers as you want on this. I only did the 2 for tonight though. And if you let it sit for a little longer, it will form a little better. But tonight I'm hungry and I want to eat. So now you can top this with your sour cream, some diced tomatoes. You can use your hot sauce, some jalapeno chips, or even some salsa. Let's taste this, see how it tastes. Still really hot. That is so good. If you like these videos, please like and subscribe to my channel, and don't forget that notification bell so you see more videos as I post them. You guys have a good night and see you on the next video. Bye.